Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsnews.com, and today we have Mr. Anubhav Nair, who is the country manager for Viber India, and we are going to have a discussion with him. We are going to ask some questions from him, like what are the Viber plans for India, and what kind of expectations the user can have when it comes to the features which will come in the Viber app, especially in India. So, hello sir. Welcome. Thanks for
Thank you for bringing me.
So, starting with the Viber application, it is a well-known application in India as well. If you can let us know that what is the current number of users we have from India who are using Viber for voice call?
I think we have currently close to 200 million users, over 200 million users across the world, and in India our numbers are greater than 16 million, which basically means we contribute close to 8% globally, and of course that's a number which is growing rapidly.
So when we talk about the users who are using Viber over here, what kind of features they can expect in the future versions of Viber which will keep coming for Android and iOS, or is it available for Windows Phone as well?
Yes, Viber is available across platforms. It's also available
it is also on BlackBerry as well?
Yes, it is also on BlackBerry. It is also on desktops. That's another thing which a lot of consumers and users don't know, the fact that we are available also on laptops or on desktops or on Windows, Mac, etc. So I think for us, having a presence across various platforms is key, like you mentioned, and we have that after a lot of effort and R&D, etc. There are constant innovations that are happening, and if you would see over the last 1.5 years also, we have come out with a lot of releases, and our starting premise is that Viber stands for connecting freely, and it's about connecting freely, whether it's through instant messaging or it's through calling. You will see a lot of features that will keep coming out within this space to ensure that these two basic services are provided seamlessly to users.
So that's okay, but when it comes to the features, what can we expect in terms of new features which will come in the Viber application? Like you have already introduced stickers, like people can download paid stickers as well as free stickers. So would like to know how that is actually working out, especially here in India.
Sure.
And what kind of new features we can expect? Can we expect some kind of games as well coming down the line in the future version of Viber?
I think, again, I come back to the same point. The idea is you want to make conversations not too serious. I think that's something which Viber really believes in. So you want to make conversations as they happen. They need to be fun. They need to be full of emotions, and that's the entire idea of getting in various sorts of stickers. One of the other unique features that we have is Viber Doodles. It's something which has come out recently, but what makes it unique is that it's again an interesting and a fun way of expressing your emotions through actually drawing a particular doodle of maybe how you're feeling, or it could be games that you're playing with each other, etc., guessing games. So we've seen that the moment you introduce a fun element in your application, users find really interesting ways which are even beyond what we have thought of in terms of using these features. It's not only within the messaging space, but I think even in terms of sometimes some functionality. For example, today Viber groups and group messaging is something which we've seen has been growing rapidly for us. Today a Viber group can hold up to 100 people in one single group, which basically means that while Viber groups is obviously about connecting you with different sets of friends that you may have, it can also mean that you can be a part of larger groups where you perhaps seek some information, perhaps students in a classroom, or perhaps corporates or departments within a corporate. So there is an aspect of fun and emotion that we keep, but also we are constantly introducing newer features within this space and functionality. We have also recently introduced Viber Out, which allows a Viber user to make any international or domestic
And it works in India?
Absolutely works in India without any question. I think the idea is to ensure, like I started off, India is a key market. So we have to ensure from a Viber global perspective also, that our features are suited particularly to the Indian market, because it's a growing market. So Viber Out does allow you again to connect with people who may not have Viber for some particular reason, or may not have access to Viber at a particular point, but it just allows you again to connect seamlessly.
Okay. So when it comes to the Indian users or the Indian market, can we expect to have to see some kind of bundling of Viber with some operators, with some phone launches and all in future? Can we expect that to increase from Viber?
We've looked at partnerships across the world. And if you read up also online, you will see that there are a few countries where we have partnered with various players. So we're not averse to it. But I think at the end of it, the idea of any partnership, of anything that we introduce, is that it has to somehow be benefiting the user. So that's one of the most important criteria for us, whether it's a product innovation or it's a partnership with any alliance. It needs to benefit the user, because, like I again said, we are providing communication, which is I think a basic necessity today, and providing it basically free. So the idea is not to one, charge the consumer somehow directly or indirectly. It's definitely Viber stands for providing value to consumers, and it has to improve the consumer experience, whatever this partnership is.
Okay. So when it comes to the model on which you are working at now, Viber is completely a free application to use. When it comes to voice calling, we will not expect, or we will not see any kind of advertisement which will come with the application. That is something which we
we are very clear about this. We want to keep the Viber experience completely consumer-centric and ad-free. Absolutely, Viber will be ad-free because I think ads. No one would deny the fact that ads do tend to spoil an experience, and like I said, we do not want to earn revenue at the expense of the consumer. We're very, very clear on that, at the extent of our user. So we want our users to have an experience which they love, which is why we've seen that people who start using Viber, it started off as a calling application, but people who start using it specifically when it comes to messaging stick with us, and we've seen that migration happening very, very strongly, specifically in the case of India. So spoiling a user experience through ads, etc., is something which we will not do.
So two quick questions, and these are the two last questions. One is, what kind of user base you are looking for when it comes to Viber in the coming year? What kind of user base you would like to touch, having the numbers on those who are not using Viber? What kind of numbers you will expect to have? And second thing is, how do you plan to promote Viber for those who don't know about it? There are many people in India who are using Viber, but there are many who are not even aware about this application. So, do you have any plans of promoting Viber through TV advertisement or through some other way, so that people get to know about it and install it?
I think the first point that we're looking at right now is, like I said, we have around 16 million users as of now, and I think in the next year we will definitely be looking at doubling that. I think that's a broad basic target that we have. I think we've not really evaluated right now in terms of advertisements, etc., because what we've seen some great success happening in any case. I think for us, understanding what our user / a consumer who could be a potential user wants is very, very important. So we do regularly meet current users, loyal users, users who are probably using other brands or other competitors for us. So the idea is just to clearly understand what is it that an Indian user / consumer wants. Okay. And from there we start, and we always will be a product company. So we start from there and then take it from there.
So you have a target to double the number of users in India, but as in the plans are not finalized. How do you plan to actually push the application to the people who are not even aware about it? For example, if someone is using a smartphone, how do you plan to actually tell them that, okay, you have a very good application? Is it going to be done by the users only who are using the application? Do have plans to actually tell people?
I think that's probably the biggest strength that Viber has. Today, our numbers have been achieved without spending a single penny in the Indian market. And the users are giving us, I think that's one of the biggest confidence factors that we have the users backing us. The fact that whether whether it's an iOS store or a Google Play store, the App Store that is, you will see that Viber always sits within the top 20. And there is a simple reason for it, and that is the users love it, and there is a word of mouth that happens. So for us, we have to first ensure that we're doing the basics right, which is in terms of constantly looking at some opportunities which, and specifically feedback which our consumers have, building it into our product, and ensuring that we let the product deliver. Because if the experience is great, we're very, very confident that we'll get these numbers.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
That's all we have about the Viber. Hopefully we will get some new features coming on the Viber application across all the platforms. And so do let us know if you have any specific questions about Viber. We would love to help you. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.